Yes, neighbor.
Last one.
Chama. Let's go. Okay. I see Fox. So, man, very well. So now there is another accused person that is also granted bail, whose condition we are processing. So we will send chairman back, then we will come and continue the processing of the second accused person. We are very grateful to you. So man, very well. So now there is another accused person that is also granted bail, whose condition we are processing. So we will send chairman back, then we will come and continue the processing of the second accused person. We are very grateful to you. Yes, neighbor.
Last one.
Chama. Let's go. Okay. I see Fox. So man, very well. So now there is another accused person that is also granted bail, whose condition we are processing. So we will send chairman back, then we will come and continue the processing of the second accused person. We are very grateful to you. So man, very well. So now there is another accused person.
The numbers really do not matter. If people want to vote for you, wherever you are, they will look for you, isn't it? Do they matter to you? They don't matter to you. But if I have my way, I would like either the first position or the last position, simply because it is easier to communicate than a Sieho or a Sroho. But otherwise, whatever number that you have, your people will look for you and vote for you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, certainly no. You know, these numbers are only to identify the position of your preferred candidate. Except that in the past and in our political history, all the numbers come with their own slogan. Was it in when President Kufuor was coming to power? The number that they picked happened to be the last on the ballot box, so we used the slogan Asieho, Asieho. So at the time of coming to power, our slogan for the party was Asieho. In this circumstance, what has transpired, we picked number 5, and for that matter, we'll be at the bottom of the ballot paper. So certainly, we're also going to perhaps go by Asieho, Asieho. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's a way of selling the candidate in a political balance in this country.
What you will tell you, the significance of the 4 represents unity. And currently, you and I will attest to the unity talk that the party has been preaching all these while. Dr. Yaosei Aduchum has demonstrated consistently throughout the process. You remember he submitted, he picked his form on a Thursday, which is 4th on the week. And again, to the process, he again picked 4 on the ballot. So we are confident of what the Lord has led us so far. He has guided our steps. We've gone through the process, and we've chosen the 4 representing his day and in the week as part of his birthday. So this has energized the base, and from here we are still going to continue our tour of the country, selling out the prosperity message to the good people of Ghana. And the good people of Ghana, especially within the party, has embraced the message that Dr. Yaosei Aduchum is giving out. And therefore, we are confident with the process. And eventually, we believe that on the 31st of January 2026, Dr. Yaosei Aduchum will be elected as the flag bearer of the NPP. That's all the aspirants are waiting for. It's the pivot that all the aspirants are going to rally behind. That is why the significant 4 is of vital importance to the NPP and to the whole process. We are believe and confident that definitely the party people do understand the number 4 and eventually will give us the nod to lead the party and win power for the party in 2028.
Yeah, Kofi Mensah, thank you very much. He speaks for the Yaosei Aduchum campaign team. I also have Brian Acheampong campaign team members also here. Your candidate
should have anything to do with whether or not you will win. There's only people who believe in superstition that will go on. We are number 1, so we are winning. We've done this business before. I'm not new to this process. I've gone through series of elections. As a matter of fact, the last time, 2023, I was a campaign manager for Honorable Kennedy Japan, and we picked number 1. But we were not number 1 at the end of the day. So number game doesn't mean it's a process that you have to go through, and people should not be complacent. They should go back and work and give the message and let the people listen so that they can be elected.
You mentioned that you were in the camp of Kennedy Japan the last elections. He's contesting again. Why have you switched camp? You don't believe in his vision again?
Well, not that I don't believe in his vision. He must believe in his vision. I only help him to achieve that. I have done that before where nobody had confidence in us. I am here and I have decided to go to Dr. Brian Acheampong. To be honest with you, any one of them is qualified. But like I said, and I've been saying, I found something unique in Honorable Dr. Brian Acheampong. And when he came to me to come and help him, I did that. Whether or not I have switched camp or not will be a topic for another day. We're not here to discuss that subject. So I would like to do that on another day.
Okay, thank you very much. That is a member of Brian Acheampong. Nana Akomea here. Please get closer. We're live on Joy News. Your candidate, unfortunately, could not pick number 1 or 5 as you had wanted, but number has any significance?
I told you that the positions don't matter. That if people want to vote for you, wherever you are, they will look for you. For me, for marketing purposes, the first one and the last one, because of Asieho and Asroho. But otherwise, I told you that any position that you are, people who want to vote for you will look for you.
You're also emphatic that will make it easier if you're down or top.
Why not? Why not? Of course, Asroho, Asieho, but really, it doesn't matter. People will look for you wherever you are, if they want to vote for you.
Yeah.
You're confident that your candidate will...
The last time people were at number one.
Who were those people?
Who was at number one in 2023? You should know.
You tell me.
You should know. Do your research. And what happened to them? So
to Konyaku, and now we are in Kibi waterheads. Our objective is to ascertain for ourselves the damage that has been caused and continue to cause by illegal mining activities. We have seen the damage. We can confidently describe the situation as a heinous crime being perpetrated on Ghanaians by the activities of the few greedy criminals. It is clear to us that if Galamsey is not stopped, Ghana Water will not have any water to treat for us in the next few years. Galamsey is a threat to our collective survival. The state and our government can no longer stand aloof, failing to act. and is shirking government's sacred responsibility to protect Ghanaians and the future of their country. And acting half-heartedly is equally unacceptable. The TUC demands decisive responses and action from government on Galamsey. Enough of their engagements. Galamseyers are engaged in criminal activities. Government is the only legitimate authority to stop and prevent crime. The coercive instruments of states are under the control of government. You should stop collectivism, the responsibility to stop what is an obviously crime enterprise. Civil society groups can only highlight the dangers of Galamsey and do general advocacy, but they cannot stop Galamsey. The chiefs can only assist, but our land tenure system has decentralized and the ownership of an extent where centralized control by any single chief is almost impossible. Say it's government fight. All of us will and must help, but the government cannot outsource the fight. In the few weeks, the TUC will outline measures to support the fight against Galamsey. At the core of these measures will be to exert maximum pressure on government and its agencies to act decisively on Galamsey. Comrades, this ends our statement. Government must act decisively and must act now. Galamsey must stop. Enough the meetings, enough the advocacy, enough the talking.
Hi there. What number is this? 3, right? All right. It's time for NSG News. Welcome. My name is Kofi Asante Mensah. And here at NSG News, you'll get serious documentary to watch, news, reviews, views, and what have you. Because we have Pulse of the Week and also exclusive on the hot seat. On NSG News, we say news with integrity.
Yanko baby, my home, she said. No.
Organized labor was the first to sound the alarm bell on May Day to say that Galamsey was now getting out of hand. And since then, we've heard civil society talk about it. Frankly speaking, I think we've all failed our nation in respect of this matter. I mean, I was the chair of Ghana Water. I had a tour of our various sites, and the effect of Galamsey was very telling. It cost so much money to treat water, Ghana Water, and we seem not to be taking action. We would have to continue with this engagement to let the authorities know that
cold blood at various suburbs in the one municipality. The revelation from the Upper Regional Police Command is therefore good news for residents of the municipality, particularly 9 men who felt relief over the arrest of the 2 suspects.
Very happy for that one. They are very happy because we have been hearing it, but we are not seeing any sign. But now we get the sign. We are very happy about that.
I'm very happy. I will take my greetings to big men and the politicians. They are doing what we want. I'm pulling the ear Yes, I'm very, very excited because of that.
We are comfortable, like the way they arrested the suspect, we are comfortable. The way they arrested the two suspects, we know that maybe if some are hiding any place, maybe they can get them and add.
Some residents also shared their thoughts, stating that for the first time in several years, they went to bed with both eyes closed.
Because nowadays killing was their habit. They will say they'll kill me free, no one catch them. But it's like the police are now working. So it's a happy thing.
I didn't even lock my gates because I know something good awaits us here.
For businessman Alhaji Zakaria Zeblem, popular known as Alhaji Muskla, the arrest of the two suspects is a personal battle won, and he commended the police for a human job.
Because when this thing happened, it was circulated the whole time, which people was pointing a wrong direction for this issue, which even some times ago, they arrested some vehicle, which is resemble my vehicle. Then I was there, they called me and said, Alhaji, we heard that they have taken your car. I said, it's not my car. That time I was in Kumasi. So I have to let my boy to go house and bring my car out for the people to see that that is not my car. And secondly, when I'm going, I'll be hearing that, Alhaji, we learn IGP have sent people to come and pick you. I said, well, maybe the people are on the way coming, but I didn't see anybody. But I thank God for this thing, how these police have been able to get these two suspected on this killing.
Though they are commending the police for the arrest of the two suspects, it is their belief that many more are out there who they will want the police to go for.
There will be some big mess at the back. They should investigate. If they investigate, I know they will catch them. Because as you are seeing,
The Global Gateway Forum kick-started in earnest on Thursday. President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, in a keynote address, said the EU's Global Gateway initiative has already mobilized over 306 billion euros in investments, exceeding its initial target of 300 billion euros by 2027. She, however, stressed the importance of genuine partnerships based on respect, shared interests and long-term commitment, citing the EU's collaborations with partner countries in Africa, Latin America and the Caribbean.
We're launching today the Global Gateway Investment Hub. The Global Gateway Investment Hub is a single entry platform for companies to propose investments. A place where member states, development banks, export credit agencies and businesses come together to craft coordinated offers.
Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman said there is a need to redefine the basis of partnerships to ensure equal voice for fair terms.
If, for example, we have been exporting raw materials for hundreds of years, and the raw materials are processed elsewhere and sometimes returned to us at much higher cost than they were sent because tariffs were removed on raw materials but highly imposed on finished products. It means that you're not making a lot of progress. So for me and for us as a country, it's a question of reversing the trend. It's a question of processing your own resources your own primary commodities and entering the market on good terms, on equal terms, so that, as I said at the beginning, the real peace of the world will be realized, hopefully.
She said it's about time African people seize the moment of power shifting in history and become self-reliant and agents of change to improve their economic conditions.
This is the time to create other ways of dealing with the problem. So it calls for a redefinition of the problem, a re-strategizing of options. In other ways, you can look at how you have been developing, in quotes, and how you can develop. Why have you been at the receiving end for so long? And what is it that should change? And this is why I think that partnerships become very important.
The Global Gateway Forum brings together leaders from the EU and around the world to discuss investment needs, debate solutions, and launch new partnerships.
to primetime production, paving the way for CHAS to ensure schools take part in the science and maths quiz.
I'm told that maths and science quiz CHAS may or may not participate because government has not honored its obligation in respect of its financing. I am happy to note and to report that government has released 9.5 million to prime time, which covers areas of 2023-2024 and what is required for the 2025. What we need to discuss is what should we be doing to support CHAS, because all this money is going to prime time. Yet you are to transport the students, feed the students, and support the students. I'll be happy to review and consider the budget to support you to do that. Therefore, I expect CHAS to fully participate in the science quiz. The future of education is about science and mathematics education. Let us not miss the opportunity to get this exercise going. It means
healthcare services to thousands over the years. In 2020, the aging structure was demolished due to severe structural defect to make way for a modern 164-bed hospital. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo cut the sword for the project in August that year. But progress has since stalled due to funding constraints. During a recent working visit to the project site, accompanied by the Member of Parliament for Lada de Kotopon, contractors expressed frustration over the prolonged lack of funds.
After exhausting all the possible resources, we have made the difficult decision to suspend the site works because of the payment issues.
Health Minister Kwabena Minta Kando assured the contractors that arrangements are underway to release the second interim payment certificate (IPC) valued at about 130 million Ghana cedis to facilitate steady progress on the project.
The second IPC has been raised. As I indicated during my first submission, we have forwarded them to the Ministry of Finance. That is a process. We can't pay you without IPC, without you raising anything. And so it's been raised. We forwarded them to the Ministry of Finance. We've done some follow-ups with the Member of Parliament, myself. The last time I did a follow-up was yesterday. I engaged the Minister for Finance, and the Minister of Finance is committed into ensuring that funds are released for this project to progress.
He further expressed optimism that if the current plans materialize, the hospital could be completed within the next 2 years, well ahead of the initial 2028 projection.
If everything goes according to plan, we should be done in the next 2 years. And so we will ensure that in the next budget, an allocation is made for that to continue. We're not going
set down by law to make sure that we leave office. When you leave office, you must be able to hold your head high. Wake up in the morning and not fear that anybody will call you to come and account for anything because you did things the way you should have done them. Recently, I've been watching the Public Accounts Committee, and it's so pathetic. You know, why must we every year congregate at the Public Accounts Committee and then you hear all kinds of atrocious things. I mean, recklessness with public funds and resources. And so I have a meeting on Thursday with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and others to find a final solution to this Auditor General's report. That persons who are found guilty of infractions or do not follow due procedure or lead to loss of public resources, we must have a fast-track process to Nsawam, Fast track before you see you in Nsawam, 6 months. Until we do that, until there's a deterrent, we're going to come every year and they say total misappropriation and infractions of found out by the Auditor General is about 15 billion cedis. I mean, if we save 15 billion cedis, can you imagine what it could do? And so we're going to have a meeting, we're going to brainstorm. We've not fully implemented the constitutional provision. There's a part of the provision that says after the Public Accounts Committee has sat on the Auditor General's report, Parliament must set up a committee. What we don't know is whether it should be a parliamentary committee or it's a committee not necessarily made of parliamentarians to implement the findings of the Auditor General. Right now what we use is the the ARICs. Every department is supposed to set up an ARIC. But once they've come from the Public Accounts Committee, virtually nobody follows up on what the recommendations that were given. And so the audit reports implementation committees are not working. And so we must find a way where we are able to create a deterrent until people know that you can be held responsible for these things that you do. They'll continue to do the same thing. And so after Thursday, I'm sure we'll come up with some way where persons who are culpable of misusing the resources of the people will be held to account so that others, do not follow suit.
In recent times too, we've had challenges with assaults on media practitioners. There are sections of our society who continue to view the media as nosy and people who should not get close to their activities, and therefore I want to abuse the rights of media practitioners. Thankfully, in more recent times, we've not heard of such reports. That is because firm instructions have been issued to all state security agencies to reform the way in which they relate to the media and to show a bit more courtesy than they are doing at the moment. President Mama and the government that he leads is willing to work closely with the GJ to ensure that this unhealthy development is stemmed and that
The NSB has growing network of cell towers across the country and has installed over 10,000 CCTV cameras nationwide, and we intend to expand this. We intend to expand this surveillance and deter crime. I am pleased to announce that the Eastern region will be a core part of this future expansion of the critical infrastructure. The data and capabilities generated by this asset in the Eastern region will be analyzed right here in this very facility, making Koforidua a key node in our national security network. A facility of this sophistication requires a workforce of equal caliber. We recognize the immense talent that abounds in the Eastern region, Koforidua, and the Eastern region boasts of bright graduates from several tertiary institutions who are tech-savvy, youth with innovative minds.
I'm a bit sad. My best friend, Kumi, the Equity MP, I think during the preparation of the exams, we were all staying at Gampa together. And at times, we normally use this one car for the exam. But it's rather unfortunate that he also passed the papers, but today he's not alive. So wherever he is, may the good Lord keep his soul for me. Yes, I dedicate to him. I would be here with him. We are together everywhere, but today he's not here with me. And the pain is passing law school exams. Wow, yeah. Yeah, so I dedicate my own to him wherever he is. May the soul rest in peace. Yeah.
Is Nana Afakwa to give us more insights into this. So, Nana Afakwa, we're grateful for your time on this. You're hearing this as well as we are. What do you make of the stance of the Foreign Affairs Minister?
I don't know if you are referring to me.
So, I also have Nana Safoje. Is this Nana Safoje, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Honorable, we're grateful for your time. So we've had this. We also have Mr. Afakwa on the line, but if you can hear me, I was asking him what he makes of this directive from the Foreign Affairs Ministry.
Sincerely speaking, let me greet you and greet your listeners. I will be the last person to trust the words of the minister. I don't know whether you will do that. Because, I mean, we've been following this case, and there is a clear line of inconsistency. There's a clear line of mistruth. There's a clear line of non-disclosure to us. One, let me take you back. When the president announced these arrangements with U.S. to receive deportees, we were alarmed. We raised issues that, look, we believe that our constitution is clear. It is important that
That is the reason why we've called you to just give you an update on what we're doing, just to be sure that the communication goes out there. I've read, I've seen so many things, and it is a bit worrying because if we're not careful, we'll have, too many people here and they'll say that, well, you told us to come. First of all, let's congratulate the Black Stars on their gala performance in Morocco. It was a great result for the team, and it takes them one step closer to qualification. We're very confident that they will be able to make it, and we don't want to jump the gun. Technically, the Black Stars, well, we'll wait for FIFA to announce, if the Black Stars have qualified or not. But all of us in Ghana and our supporters across the world are very confident that the Black Stars will be part of the roll call to Mexico, USA, and Canada. So I'll keep it very brief, very short. The most important thing is to know how we are packaging this game, and security is very important. Security is, in fact, the #1 priority because of past experiences we've had with some unpleasant situations where fans have breached security barriers and rushed into the stadium. We don't want that to happen again. The good news is that the part of the stadium, partially where fans were not permitted to go, we've been able to do some works there, and so some fans will be allowed to sit at those parts of the stadium. The most important thing, again, is the ticket prices for Sunday, which is very important, so that we get clarity on that. So if you could just pay close attention. The popular stand is 50 Ghana cedis. The center line is 100 Ghana cedis. Lower VIP, 250 Ghana cedis. Upper VIP, thank you very much. Upper VIP, 500 Ghana cedis. And just like the last time, the VVIP, 1,000 Ghana cedis. So the ticket samples are here. There will be some security features which will be added once they are on sale immediately after this press conference. I will also hand over to our PRO communications department to let you know exactly where you can purchase your tickets, so you can communicate that, you know, to your listeners and viewers. It's very important. Extra stations where tickets can be purchased ahead of time. Worth noting that on match day, tickets will not be sold after 3 p.m. The match is at 7 p.m. And the reason for this is that we don't want the challenges we had the last time where fans were crowding around. We've been inundated with, you know, requests from organizations, from institutions, from clubs, you know, Keep Fit Club, for example. We just want to come and watch the match. We're not many, we're just 100. And I'm like, well, 100 is a lot of people to come and watch the Black Stars match without tickets. And a lot of people want to come and watch free. That is not possible. We need to really protect the stadium, the facility, you know, the people who be here to work, the fans, the media, you. We need to protect you. And that is why we've taken these measures. It's very important in consultation with the Ministry for Sports and Recreation. So that's the summary. The Communications Director will give us further details. But once again, thank you for coming. And just to also correct one thing, I think in the media, there was a lot of speculation with regards to the gate proceeds. Obviously, the total gate proceeds raised in the last game, that is Ghana versus Mali, was 1,460,000 gross. And of course, you know, 80% of that goes to the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, and 20% to the National Sports Authority. There are deductions, there are a lot of deductions, you know, for example, 5% pitch maintenance, risk, security, medical, duty staff allowance, NHIL deductions, VAT. These are the normal deductions that are there, but 80% to the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, 20% to the National Sports Authority. So the fan parts, we're almost concluded. Hopefully we'll be able to give you fuller details as to where fans can watch the match away from the
into my new beginning. Yesterday is gone. Yesterday of darkness is gone. A whole new beginning. Get used to it. I've stepped into my new level. See me watching me fly on eagle's wing. A whole new
Hi there. What number is this? 3, right? All right. It's time for NSG News. Welcome. My name is Kofi Asante Mensah. And here at NSG News, you'll get serious documentary to watch, news, reviews, views, and what have you. Because we have Pulse of the Week and also exclusive on the hot seat. On NSG News, we say news with integrity.